Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Stacy and I'm a NASM certified personal trainer. I have some beginner workout guides on my website, which I'll have linked below. I'm also a dream vacations travel advisor, so I can help you plan as much or as little of your dream vacation as you would like. My travel website as well as my free quote form are linked below, and I post travel, Disney, and week of workouts every single week, so 3 videos a week on my channel, so please consider subscribing and help me reach my goal of 500 subscribers by the end of April. And like this video, comment so that YouTube will push this video out so that more people can see it so that I can achieve that 500 subscriber goal. So today's video is going to be a travel video about a trip I took last year to Oregon. Last summer I went to Oregon to visit my husband's twin brother and his girlfriend because they live in Oregon. I live in New Mexico, and while we were there we were celebrating my husband and his twin brother's birthday, and there was a ton of stuff that I wanted to do. We will definitely be back to Oregon, but because the nature of the trip, we were going there to see his brother and hang out for his birthday, so a lot of the things that we planned were definitely things that he wanted to make sure he did. A couple things I wanted to do, and for the most part the goal was to just hang out and relax while we were there. The 2 things that I wanted to do specifically was to go to the coast and then do a hike that was somewhat like close to the area that they live, and we did that and so much more. So Oregon offers a variety of activities for nature lovers, outdoor enthusiasts, and city explorers. There are popular things to do in Portland, Oregon, and they're known for vibrant food, art scene, and even hiking the Trail of 10 Falls, which is one of the things that we did do, and it was so much fun. So we had planned our trip. It was Tuesday to Tuesday, and we planned it this way mostly because the airline flights from like Thursday through Monday were so expensive. So we were able to travel Tuesday to Tuesday, getting our flights significantly cheaper than if we had planned other days to fly out there. And we had planned this trip as like a super budget trip, so we planned to eat out very little or not at all. And so between the 4 of us, my husband, myself, his brother, and his girlfriend, got groceries for the week and then just planned what we were gonna eat. And we also stayed at their place, so that made that a lot easier for budgeting. So one of the big hikes we did was the Trail 10 Falls at Silver Falls State Park, and this hike is about 7.5-mile loop, and there's a ton of different places where you can start and exit and make it shorter, or like the full loop if you wanted to. And the area that we started at was near South Falls at that trailhead, and we had to pay for parking there. In that area there's a well-kept like restroom and then a water fountain station, and then there was a cafe even there, so that's definitely a cool little place to like hang out. We started and ended there since we did the full loop. The entire loop is a combination of the canyon trail and rim trail, and then you get to see all 10 different waterfalls as you complete the loop. And then if you're going clockwise, which is what we did, you'll pass the falls in the following order: South Falls, Lower South Falls, Lower North Falls, Double Falls, Drake Falls, Middle North Falls, Twin Falls, North Falls, Upper North Falls, and Winter Falls. And then the height ranges for all of these waterfalls range from 27 feet to 178 feet, and there's 4 of them that you can actually walk behind, and it was just super cool. I have a couple of these on my social media. I also have a blog post of everything about this trip. I'll have linked below with those videos regarding Trail of 10 Falls linked or embed like on that blog post, so you can see the short video I made about this trail. And then there was no significant elevation gain. It was actually a fairly easy hike, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed hiking that space. I live like northern New Mexico, so I travel to Colorado a lot to go hiking, and a lot of the hikes are pretty difficult because the elevation gain, and if you're not used to elevation, it definitely can affect your breathing if you're not used to it. So it was nice to go do a hike that wasn't that difficult. And then a couple things to note: this trail is so popular. It's like one of the most popular like state parks in the state of Oregon. So what we did, we got there early We probably got there around like 9 a.m. and then by the time we ended, the parking lot was so full and like the lines to the bathroom was super long. Looked like people were just arriving to do the trail, and definitely recommend arriving early so that you can beat the crowds. And then another thing that I wanted to do was go to the coast. So we went to Cape Perpetua, which has Thor's well, which was like a water cave where the like roof had collapsed. So then water will come in through like the cave, the underwater cave mouth, and like come up, and then sometimes it'll come over the top of the coast. I'll insert a picture to like have this really cool like effect. And the Oregon coast surprised me a lot because for some reason in my head the Pacific Northwest coasts were just rocky rocks. I don't know why. I didn't think of them as actual like let's go hang out at this beach type beach like you would like Florida or Southern California or something like that. The well itself is a large hole that is estimated to be about 20 feet deep. From what I was like looking into when we were deciding where to go on the coast, that during high tide or like storms, it's actually a lot more like spectacular in terms of how much water comes through and over in the sinkhole thing, but we didn't see that much. It was a fairly nice day. I mean, it was overcast, but it was a fairly nice day. When we first got there, it was like totally blue sky, and then it suddenly started becoming overcast while we were at Thor's well. It was still a lot of fun for sure. And then Cape Perpetua offers a lot of different things that you can see. It is about a 2,700 acres of coastal habitat and was designed for its exceptional ecological characteristics. And a 26-mile trail system is around that area. We were going to do that, but for some reason this trip, my husband and I both got sick and we didn't feel like doing the hike, and we had just done the Trail of 10 Falls the previous day, so we were like, not today, we're not going to do the hike this day. So we just kind of explored. We looked at the visitor center and then looked at that area and just spent some time kind of just hanging out over by the Thor's well area. And then when we were ready to get lunch, we actually packed lunch with us since we were on a budget. We brought some sandwiches and some chips, and then we just drove a little ways and found a little beachy area to go hang out at. And it was surprisingly, like I said, like super sandy and a beach you would think of in like a stereotypic beach, I guess is what I'm saying. So when we got there, like it was overcast at this point, and then when we actually sat down to eat, we just sat down on the sand, and the sand was so warm. It was surprising considering how overcast it was, but then of course I started thinking about it and I was like, oh yeah, it was actually sunny earlier that morning. But it was a lot of fun. Like it would be a great way to escape the handful of super hot summers from like if you're more inland in Oregon, and then the handful of super hot days that they have, you can go to the coast and just relax in a little bit more cooler weather, because the Pacific Northwest coast is typically a lot cooler in temperature than like the rest of the state. And then Oregon is also known for all of the vineyards and wineries, and we went to a winery that his brother and girlfriend are members of. So Oregon is known to have family-owned wineries that produce small batch, high-quality wine with approximately 1,467 vineyards and over 900 wineries. They are the second highest in the country, like producing wine, and it's pretty like important to the state's economy. And then a lot of the wineries just sell locally. Some of them do ship across the country as well. The specific one we went to was Domino Fort, and it's a members only one where I think it's like a monthly membership. You get a certain number of like bottles of wine every quarter or every month. I don't know. They get a certain amount every so often. But what you can do is go to this winery, visit them, and just do their whatever flight of tasting that they have for that day and just hang out. It was a beautiful space. It was a beautiful day, and the wine was amazing. And it was just a lot of fun. I definitely highly recommend doing a tasting at a winery, especially if you're in Oregon. It was definitely a lot of fun. And then we went to a local dive bar for my husband and his brother's birthday, which was fun. And then we kind of relax the rest of the trip because my husband and I both got sick and we're just like not up to do a whole lot of things at that point. And we were just wanting to get away and relax and hang out with them. So there's a ton more stuff that I want to do in Oregon. I want to go to Crater Lake. I want to go to another coast. I want to go to a lot of places. I want to visit Portland. We flew into Portland, so we saw some of it, but I want to go visit and do other things. But for the most part, it was a pretty relaxed trip. Did the couple things I wanted to do. My husband just wanted to hang out with his brother, naturally. So that's going to conclude this video. And if you've made it this far, please consider subscribing to my channel for more travel, Disney, and week of workouts every single week. My goal is to reach 500 subscribers by the end of April, and I'm about a quarter of the way there. Like and comment on this video so YouTube can show it to other people and help me achieve that goal. Comment your favorite thing about Oregon, if you've ever been, or if you have something you're looking forward to on your next trip to Oregon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.